impromptu live session, very random. I don't let your partner use anyone outside your home to threaten you. I have this one come up real quick, and I saw, you know what? I plan to take the whole weekend off, but I have like this extra 20 minutes to burn, so I thought I should just go ahead and do this. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Do me a favor as you're coming in, either you're watching this as a replay or anything later on, please help me share. Don't let your wife use anyone. Don't let your partner, but as a wife, don't let your partner use anyone outside of your home to punish. Is it to punish you? To threaten you. So there's a short thing here that I found on, shout out to Natu, share this in our backstage. And, you know, and there's some comments here that I thought would be really nice to share. So I wanted us to talk about it real quick. Don't let your partner use anyone outside of your home, something like that. And let me see if I can share this link real quick. There you go. Aha. All right. So don't let your wife. I'm just going to drop this here real quick to talk about this. So I want to read it. I guess some guy posted this on Twitter. So my wife once reported me to her pastor. The pastor called me. I blocked him. Went to his WhatsApp church group and exited it. He chatted me. I ignored and blocked him. He called my wife and said, "Your husband has a hot temper." Days later, another number called me. It was the pastor's wife. She asked how I was doing. I spoke with her with all sweetness. We spoke at length and I made her laugh. She now said, "Okay, daddy wants to talk to you." I said, "Who is daddy? Who is daddy?" Marriott, what's going on? She said, "Pastor." I said, "No, I want to be talking to only her." She laughed and gave the phone to the pastor. I cut the call on his ear. Mind you, all this is happening when my wife is around. I don't have a hot temper, but I really want to let all of them know that I don't give a shit. My wife, embarrassed and sad, yelled, "What do you want?" Who's daddy? "What do you want?" I replied, "Your pastor's wife." Just then, another call came in. I picked up and pretended by saying, "See, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your wife." My wife was shocked with her mouth literally open. You know, the typical Yoruba woman jaw drop shock. And I quote, abode. Is it abode? I don't know. That's the name, I guess. Abode, what's the meaning of this thing you're doing? She said. I reported, "Yinka, since my wife and the pastor are talking, me and the pastor's wife need to be talking too." I turned everything upside down. Guys, listen, I'm not saying you should stop respecting your pastors or the pastor's wife or any of these people, but your home is your home and you are above them all. Don't let your partner use anyone outside of the home to threaten you or make you succumb. It doesn't matter whatever the reason may be. Yay. What's going on? Are you happy with your life or where you are? Yeah, I don't know. Ask the person in the mirror. Anyway, I'm going to read it all over again for those of you that just came in. This guy, some Abode, I am Abode or something like that. I don't know if it's Yoruba or just Abode. Should I pronounce it in English or Yoruba? I don't know. He said, my wife once reported me to her pastor. The pastor called me. I blocked him. Went to his pastor's church group and exited it. He chatted me. I ignored and blocked him. He called my wife and said, "Your husband has a hot temper." Days later, another number called me. It was the pastor's wife. She asked how I was doing. I spoke with her with all sweetness. We spoke at length and I made her laugh. She now said, "Okay, daddy wants to talk to you." I said, "Who is daddy?" She said, Pastor. I said, no, I want to be talking to only her. She laughed and gave the phone to the pastor. I caught the call on his ear. Mind you, all this is happening when my wife is around. I don't have a hot temper, but I really want to let all of them know that I don't give a shit. My wife, embarrassed and sad, yelled, what do you want? I replied, your pastor's wife. Just then, another call came in. I picked up and pretended by saying, see, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your wife. My wife was shocked with her mouth literally open. You know, the typical Yoruba woman jaw drop shock. And I quote, Abode, what's the meaning of this thing you are doing? She said. I retorted, Inka, since my wife and the pastor are talking, me and the pastor's wife need to be talking too. I turned everything upside down. Guys, listen, I am not saying you should stop respecting your pastors or the pastor's wife or any of these people, but your home is your home. And you're above them all. Don't let your partner use anyone outside of your home to threaten you or make you succumb. It doesn't matter whatever the reason may be. It'd be interesting to see the comments here on Instablog Nigeria. That's what I'm reading it for. Mario says, Betty, blame your wife, not the pastor. The pastor is simply doing his job to shepherd the flock. Let me see. Somebody said, I'm proud of you, bro. Okay, I'm looking at the comments on Instablog Nigeria. Another person, I don't think he doesn't respect them. Has the matter been trashed at home before she ran off to mouth off to her pastor? That's a good question, right? He sounds like a jolly chap or just an angry chap who think he's going to Ghana. But let's leave it alone first. So many people do this thing a lot, reporting every single activity in their home to their pastor. Now, they say every single activity, there's this one particular activity, right? But let's just make assumptions, shall we? As little as I was a growing child, I knew it was an annoying behavior, okay? I don't have strength to even talk too much. But to those who will come for this comment, please use the energy to go to my page and comment there. I need your engagement. Wahala. Another person said, all I can see is a man with no emotional intelligence and a lot of pettiness. No fit to be a leader. Okay? Let me see. Is that a man that said that? That is a man that said that. Shout out to that brother. All right. Another person said, as a girl, I give kudos to the man because how on earth can you put a pastor before your husband? Okay. So as a woman, they're giving kudos to this person. Shannon Davis says, where is Didi? I have no idea. If you have any problem with your husband, you guys should settle it amicably. Amicably. Why do you have to involve someone else? It's a good question, right? That's a good question to answer. Why should people involve other people in their marriage, right? Now, you have to be patient for the answer. You can't just ask the question as a rhetorical and run away from the answer. But it's a good question if you're willing to walk through it. I think that question can actually lead to a lot of valuable answers. He listened to the pastor's wife, makes him a jolly fellow. Okay. Another person said, ladies, never marry a man who respects no one. And remember, he said this is not to disrespect your wife, but somehow his actions are contradictory to that. But let's keep going. Long story with no sense. You are just mannerless. I didn't say all that, but that's another person's take, right? Another person says, no, but honestly, I can never understand why some women always place their pastors above their husbands. It's somehow, why don't we turn that to a question? Why do a lot of women turn their pastors and put their pastors above their husbands? Yeah, the answer to that question is going to be it's going to give you a better direction, okay, to the solutions that you need, as opposed to just say it as a statement just because you want to vent. What is the answer to the question? If we flip it to a question, why do some women place their pastors above their husband? This is very common, and there are real reasons behind it, right? So why? That's what we're talking about. All right, so another person said, the fact that you wrote, use anyone outside of the home means this does not apply to the pastor. And you also wrote, it doesn't matter what the reason might be. It doesn't matter what the reason might be. He did say that. So according to you, no matter the gravity of the case, no one can advise you. These are his statements, right? You're accountable to no one because you see it as a threatening or making you succumb, even when your stance is wrong. Oh, and let's not forget, you are the head of the home. Help me hit the like button. Thank you, thank you. Help me hit the like button so we can get some of our people back in here, at least later, right? Oh, and let's not forget you are the head of the home and above them all. Wow. I really hope your wife understands that what she is in for. Just wow. Another person says, say no to external forces. Clap, 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 clap. Or more. These are the reasons why marriages are crashing left and right. These are the reasons. Okay. You don't have to look for spiritual, super spiritual stuff. These are the reasons right here. It's coconut head. Pro Max. Okay. Somebody say all shades of red flag. Somebody say wife for wife. Somebody say don't marry anyone who isn't accountable to anybody. There must be someone in their life they hold in high esteem. That's a good. And you don't have to be specific. It's just that you have to know that they have people that they kind of look up to. They talk about that oftentimes, and you can see them reaching out to people they look up to. Anyway, another person, a man that doesn't listen to anyone is a red banner. You will suffer if you do it. Okay? Another person, a man who is not accountable to anyone is a very long red carpet. Somebody said, a woman says, I love this man button. Okay? Another person said, this one, a big mumu, no respect for anyone, and he thinks it's a flex. Even if you don't respect the man of God, for your wife's sake, at least give him respect so you don't embarrass her, only if obviously he doesn't care about embarrassing her. Only if you know how you look. It's always good to marry someone that has a mentor or someone that can talk to them and reason with them. Even USA president got someone that they will call and he will listen to. All right. Another person, a king and more, as if pastors don't have marital issues to solve in their family house. You see. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Marriott, I bless you. Thank you. She didn't put the man before her pastor in case she sought help. Why did she seek help? Why the pastor? Good questions, right? Someone is somewhere planning to replicate some character. The person already has the behavior, but they are trying to recruit other people into it. Now, pastor wife will have a lot of explanation next time. She will mind her bedroom business. Another angle. Another person say, a lot of you miss his point. You don't have to talk to strangers to fix issues in your home. Right? It's true, you don't have to talk to strangers. You don't have to, doesn't mean it might not be necessary sometimes, right? Fix it, and if it's not working, it's not working. Divorce isn't the end of the world. Well, fix it means you're one human being. Fix it, in this case, usually involve other human beings. And sometimes somebody has coconut head. It could be your partner, maybe it's not you. But if they have coconut head and this is your partner, is it just as simple as let's block everybody else and just pretend they don't exist? No, you're going to collect. I told you. It's not going to be as simple as you making your own decisions. Right? Let's keep going. Now, again, keep your things inside your own home, right? Can be as simple as, just you. Then if you're just living in a cave and you live by yourself, that rule applies. But when you're dealing with other human beings, the rules have to change because there's something called conflict resolution. And sometimes you need a mediator or you need some kind of mediation because two people is already some type of crowd. So if you think you should just be able to talk it out and that's how your brain just closes, you're going to collect. I promise, guaranteed. There's no way around it. Okay. Let's see. This person said, the earlier parent focuses on both genders when it comes to character. The world would be a better place. You have a very bad attitude, sir. You have a very bad attitude. In all of the story, you pointed out nothing. I don't know. I mean, the pettiness. The pettiness, we got to give it up to him when it comes to pettiness. Ma, you are very wrong. You should listen to a third party, whether pastor or not. You don't know it all, okay? Another person said, this is why it's important for ladies to carefully select a husband who is answerable to someone. Somebody say a man that doesn't have respect. Somebody say the wife don't marry Bashorun. Gah. What's going on, Latu? Jesus Christ. This mobile thing brings in all type of human beings, but it's okay. Let's see. It's not hard to know when no men who don't want to be held accountable. I'm sorry for your wife. You see how men run around the internet and say women are not accountable. I mean, look at this case. You know, and we try to make it about pastor, but it's not about pastors. That's not what this is about. You know, how people respect, worship these pastors more. How people respect and worship these pastors more. God never ceased to amaze me. Also, more than their spouse and parents. See that how that was so cute, but it's actually irrelevant to what's going on here. Man said we can go spouse for spouse. Let me see here. How far away? This is just loading. Oh, and I want to say, except she's the type that's obsessed with her pastor, and all because if not, I hope you keep the same energy when you offend her, and your friend wants to make peace with you and both. Because I'll also tell you that I want your friend make all of us decrease, they go. See, make all of us decrease, they go. It's not all kinds of issues in marriages that can be resolved by both parties. It's not. Right? Because there are two human beings involved. The idea that we can just talk it out, yes, you can. But when there's a roadblock, you got to pay attention. It's not working. Then you need a third party, and hopefully somebody who has no bias, right? You need that. You need it, not because I say it, because obviously you need it. The person run to another person. You thought you could talk to them, but it's not working. Look at yourself in the same mirror and say, it's not working, right? There's a reason why they're talking to others. And there's a reason why women tend to yield to their pastor and worship their pastor above you. There are real reasons for that, okay? Now, let me help you as well. Ladies, don't worship your pastors more than your husband. Let's see how far that works. No, it's not going to work. I'll be honest with you. I'm not willing to help advise them in that way because it's never going to work. There's a reason why they yield to authorities, authorities outside of you. It's because they don't see you as the authority. It's not me that said it. It's the reality in the picture we're looking at here. Anyway, more and more comments are loading. You can go look at this on Instablog Nigeria. But let me actually analyze what he said. And then I'll close this because I have a coaching session coming up, right? My wife once reported me to her pastor. The pastor called me, I blocked him. What else had happened before that point? A pastor called you. Did you know this pastor? Was this person your pastor? We didn't get that information. So the rest of the story is probably cap. It's just all cap. You're trying to paint a picture that really doesn't stand any type of, don't talk to anybody outside the marriage. It's true. As much as possible, try to iron things out between yourselves. But you also need to have realistic expectations when two human beings are involved. Sometimes you can't iron it out on your own. You need other people. This is not just about marriage. It's anything else in life. If you have two people involved, they might not see eye to eye. Get your ass off that pedestal. You will fall off every single time. All right, so he's already capping, talking about he's a pastor. Now, went to his WhatsApp church group. So you knew the pastor before. You had issues with the pastor before. That's the only way. Now, if you told me the rest of the story, what else other issues did you have with the pastor? Then maybe I can hear it. He chatted me. I ignored, I blocked. He called my wife and said, your husband has a hot temper. Right. Now, there's some people that go that direction. They just want to randomly call people's husband. We don't do that here. I also think it doesn't work. Personally, okay, if it worked, it's because that person was looking for help, right? But in general, I don't think it's a good idea to just call people out of the blues that you have no relationship with just to tell them what their spouse said. That doesn't add up. There must be other reasons why they would talk to you. So I get that part. But again, what were the other issues? He said, days later, another number called. It was the pastor's wife. She asked how I was doing. I spoke with her with all sweetness, and we spoke at length, and I made her. This guy is fantasizing in his head. This is not a real story, okay? It's some kind of story, but it did not go this way, okay? It's fantasy. It's talking to the pastor's wife, right? She now said, okay, daddy wants to talk to you. Okay, my client is already here. We're going to go in a second. She asked how I was doing. I spoke with her with all sweetness. We spoke at length and made her laugh. You made her laugh. You can't make your own wife laugh. You're making the pastor's wife. Maybe the pastor's wife is just looking for a way to capture you, which again is a terrible strategy, but I'm saying he's capping big time. She now said, okay, daddy wants to talk to you. I said, who is daddy? She's calling her own husband daddy. Is your own wife calling you daddy or zaddy? The answer is no. We already know the answer. She said, pastor. I said, no, I want to be talking to her. Well, guess what? She didn't want to talk to you. What did she do? She handed the phone to her own zaddy, right? Her own zaddy is also your wife's zaddy. You don't understand. Wait. Let's keep going. Mind you, all this is happening when my wife is around. I don't have a hot temper. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's why you're acting like this. Not to. Well done. I'm covering your story here, right? This is why your wife is answering to another person's zaddy. Now she's made that person's zaddy. She's still giving you a chance, but you're like, no. Well, guess what? It's only a matter of time. Okay? It's only a matter of time. No, you can't feel it now. Right now, you think you don't care. But I guarantee you're going to care. Actually, by the way, you do care. Because if you didn't care, you won't go through all of this, including the energy you've invested in typing this out and putting this out there, right? I replied, your pastor's wife. My wife embarrassed and said, yeah, what do you want? And then you now said, retaliate, petty, your pastor's wife. Wife is probably just confused. Just like she's been confused for probably a few years. No worry, eventually her eyes will clear. Maybe the pastor will eventually sleep with her. Guess what? You will never get pastor's wife because she's calling her own husband zaddy. Just then, another call came in. I picked up and pretended by saying, see, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your wife. My wife was shocked with her mouth literally open. You know the typical Yoruba, blah, blah, blah. Abode, what's the meaning of this you are doing? She's still giving you a chance. She's confused. She's not really giving you a chance. She's just confused. People can be in that state confusion. It could be a man, it could be a woman. Eventually, something's gonna break. Something is going to give. I retorted, Yinka, since my wife and the pastor are talking, me and the pastor's wife, see that coconut head is going to break, right? But it won't break now. We're going to wait until you hit that rock bottom. Who wants to be in a marriage with the wife that they're doing this with? Doesn't make any sense. Even if you are doing all kind of stuff out there, the last thing you want to be is doing back and forth. A full-blown grown man, and you're going back and forth with your wife, and you can't sit in yourself for a second and say, what is this nonsense that I'm doing? Let me know what your thoughts are about this. I gotta go right now. Thank you guys for stopping by real quick. I just had like some 22 minutes to burn, but let's continue the conversation if we can, right? We'll continue later on. Let me see. It says, guys, listen, I'm not saying that you shouldn't respect, but your home is your home. Your home is no longer your home now. This your home is no longer your home. Your wife is going to go report your issues to your wife. When are you going to face the mirror and face the reality? I'm guessing not yet. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Hopefully, you guys been enlightened, educated. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Not to I see you. We'll talk later, okay? Talk soon. Let me see. How do I end this thing, girl? Let's see. How do we end this thing? All right, talk soon, guys.